I'm beginning the work on the drawers, the two drawers for the work table, Sheraton work table. Here's an assembly view of the bottom drawer, which is the wider version. And notice that it has a cock bead around the border of the front. The front is 3/4 inch thick, and the sides and backs are 3/8 thickness. An exploded view of the drawer is here, and now you can see the cock bead, the bordering cock bead, which is separated from the drawer front itself. Now the drawer front is going to be covered with veneer and banding. The cock bead is going to be holly, so that'll be white. And there's a black and white banding that goes on here, and then there's a burl, a veneer burl of maple, big leaf maple, that is placed in the face of the drawer. The drawer is the drawer bottom will be solid material, beveled and fitting into grooves in the front and the sides. It will not be glued. The grain direction will be longitudinally this way, and so it will be removable from the back. Now, I've cut out the pieces for the drawer, the two drawers. I've used mahogany. I didn't use a secondary wood in this case. I had some small pieces of mahogany left over, so I just went ahead and used them. Now, to mark out those pieces for the drawers, two drawers, I created a full-size template, and then I cut them on SketchUp, and then I cut out these full-size templates and pasted to thicker poster board material that I get in the art store, and I glue it. I glue the printout onto the poster board, and then use the X-Acto knife to cut out the template. So here's the front and the rear dovetail joints. I used chisels to just cut out these little pieces, and then these are 7/16 in length, these little dovetails. So I've set a marking gauge for 7/16, and you probably can't see, but there are grooves, knife cuts in here. Knife cuts for the length of the dovetail, and then there's knife cuts for the width or the thickness of the sides. This is the front 3/4 inch material, so there's 3/4 inch side, 3/8 inch thickness sides. And notice that, I hope you can see that these are very sharp cuts with the knife in this marking gauge. I actually sharpened it again before using it this time, because I wanted these cross grain cuts to be very clean, and they are. So the fronts are marked, and also the sides are marked with the 7/16 length of the dovetails. Now what is needed is to actually just pencil in the dovetails themselves using the templates. Also notice that I've used a triangle marking to indicate all of these pieces and what they belong to. There's also there are two drawers, so to distinguish between which side pieces go with which drawer, I've shown a double line on the triangle marking. So the back piece has the peak of the triangle, and the front piece has the lower part of the triangle. So I know that this back piece goes with that front, and I know which sides go with the fronts and the backs. So those are all marked out and ready to go to the dovetails. And so I use the template like this. This is the front, and these are the front dovetails. So I'm just positioning the little template and striping the dovetail. These will be very tiny dovetails, particularly in the throat. This area, this is going to be a saw thickness wide throat right at this cut right here. So it'll be very skinny, and that's the way I want the dovetails to be as they were done in the 18th century. Here's the back end dovetail, and just do the same thing. Just pencil in the location of these things. Doesn't have to be accurate marking here, because whatever I cut out on the side pieces, those will be used to mark the matching part of the dovetail on the connected piece. So that's the way I mark these out, and I'm ready to then saw out and then use the chisel to chop out these little dovetail shapes.